out and go against a actual player. Now, this deck I have here called Wild Hunt, I don't know what it's really called by factions yet. I'm still looking for a game. But the factions are as what it would be in Magic Gathering, which is like black, blue, purple, green, all stuff like that. So we're gonna end the turn and let him go. A lot of Flame Dawn decks like he has right now have 1 cost, and they are the quickest. Especially if you have a Flame Aspirant, they have a charge ability to just go in the Assault Zone. But for my deck right now, my Wild Hunt, it's basically to... Okay, we take 7. We're going to take 12 damage. The Wild Hunt is basically to get these cards out without having to put them down the support zone. So, for instance, my Caretaker of the Young has an active ability. I just press another beast on my field, and it'll produce one of these things called the One of Many. And I won't have to worry about costing any resources to bring them out. So there's our 4/4 right there. That's something new. So obviously we're getting the crap beat out of us, which is obviously, I mean, it's going to happen. This deck does not have many 1/1s, and I'm still building in the process of, or still in the process of making this deck. But for instance, let's do this. We have to defend our fortress, but we're going to take this, and we're going to keep on getting out as many beasts as we can. This thing, you might think 0/5, it's not that good until you read the ability. Yeah, we're getting decimated right now. The ability on this is that if you pay 3, when it says like pay 3 or exhaust 3, it means resources. I thought at first it meant morale. It's not, it's just resources. So we're going to pay the 3, and we're going to do 8 damage to him. For now, we're going to have to put him out and him out. So then we do our 8 damage to him. And if you have a good enough deck, you could stall the opponent from you ever taking damage, and just keep hitting them with the cannons, and you'll eventually win. This game, however, it's not going to happen because he has a full Flame Dawn deck. And those aspirants are 1 cost a piece, and they have charge. No, they do not have charge. No wonder why I could play them. They're locked to... Yeah, they do have charge, my bad. I guess it's because of the Call of the Crusade. That's what it is. The reason why they're red is because they cannot move to go anywhere else, like the defense zone if they want to defend. Now, we just got our butt kicked pretty bad. I'm going to admit, my deck sucks. It's not that good at all. So we're going to try our Flame Dawn deck in multiplayer. Purple and red. Mine is typically a starter deck. It's mostly from starter deck cards, but I also had a couple of boosters with it. When you do play Infinity Wars, if you ever get into it, I suggest if you want to burst down your opponent really fast, go Flame Dawn. Because they have low grade cards that if you can buff right, or if you get a set number of negates that you could do pretty well with. See, he has a Flame Dawn Aspirant, which is bad for us, because... So we're going to put our 7/7. We're going to take a couple of damage, obviously. There hasn't been any games I played that I've gone 100 on. There was one game, however, that my opponent had, or was left with maybe 75 because he had a card that was able to bring out a level, not a level, but attack 24/24 flying dragon, as well as a level 30/30 dragon. So not only did he have flying for 2 creatures, but I took 54 damage in 2 hits. So I had no chance to even to deal with that person. We're going to put our Viora Worshipper out, and then we're going to put out our Knight of the Flame Dawn. So if he attack, okay, yeah, that ain't going to matter. So yes, he attacks that. They both die. So then now our Viora Worshipper. Now these things are crazy. If you built an entire deck on just these, your deck would be pretty powerful. They're like the undead decks, however they don't really come back from the dead. They get +2/+2 for any character on the field that dies. I think they have to be in the support zone in order to gain that effect though. So we're going to do we're going to have to waste a death ray to kill that and put this out there as well. Or he could just kill us anyway. So we still take 6 damage. And we still get another death ray, so it's all good. We're going to do... This is the command zone. Actually, I haven't really said much about this. Support zone is where you can put your stuff down at first. If it does not have charge, or it does not have like a certain ability that allows it to go on the assault zone. Consider the support zone as a summoning sickness for Magic the Gathering. Okay, all of them are gone. The command zone, however, is for like if you have cards that allow you to use active abilities. You could do like the Caretaker that I was doing last game and activate the abilities through there. They're mostly there for other cards, like you could play them instead of from your hand onto the support zone. They could just be from the command zone to the assault zone or defense zone, so it's not much. It's not so much of waiting an extra turn to do something. You could just do it right onto the field, so it's a little bit quicker. But I prefer to use them as like a support type of thing to allow me to use other abilities that I can't for cards that are higher up on the level chain. So we give him 6 damage. He has a flyer, which is not good. Okay, so we have 7/7. We're going to bring out our legendary. Ooh, he's trying to kill me off pretty quick. The good thing about him, though, is that he can attack 3 times. So we do 21 damage with just him. But I think we lose this one as well. 7, yeah, no, we're at 8. Wow, okay. That may be a GG, I think. 8. The resources are obviously your mana or your AP or whatever you want to call it to allow you to play the cards. We have 8, so we may have to do... Either way, we might be in a bit of a pickle. What we're going to do is going to kill that with Fireball, and then we're going to use Death Ray to kill the 3-time attacker. Then use Viora Worshipper on support. And let's just see what happens. Yeah, he might have won. Actually, he just won anyway. I forgot about that. He had a flyer the entire time. Duh. And he's 8/6. Yep, he won. Doesn't really make much sound effects when the cards happen. So that's 2 games in a row. I've got my ass kicked. My deck isn't really that good. But I think this video was more along the lines of the game is pretty difficult. It's more like you have to methodically think of what decks to build against certain other decks, and just play better than other people. That's basically all I've really done so far. I haven't really built in a deck that is incredibly powerful and kicked a bunch of ass. I've just got my ass kicked. So for right now, I think it's still in closed beta. I don't know when it's going to come out. But if it comes out soon, I want you guys to seriously check this game out. Like I said, I played Magic the Gathering. I played Magic the Gathering Online as well. But this game has got my attention. And everybody is talking about Hearthstone and how Hearthstone's awesome and how great it is. And, and it might have a bunch of sound effects that are cool. And it might do a smashing sound with, different things like different battle phases and how the game looks and everything like that. And just basically flashy. And it's Blizzard. But when I look at this, it's not only fun, but it's different. And I'm not really as much hyped for Hearthstone as I was until I played this. I'm actually more hyped for this to come out because I am from the actual traditional card games. And I love to play the hell out of them. So I can't wait for Infinity Wars to come out. But if you like trading card games like I do, definitely give this a shot when it comes out. Or if you can get into closed beta too. But, watch other people that are better than me for now because I need to get a bunch of booster packs and I need to get a bunch of cards so I can make a pretty good deck. I will show you, however, the factions before we go. The factions are... There are 8 of them, or no. Yeah, there are 8 of them. I thought there was 7, my bad. But the one that I was playing with is the wild cards now. They're mostly for bringing out quickly without having to pay a whole lot, although they take a turn in order to be in the support zone. A lot of people like to play these decks, the Undead, and they're super powerful. If you don't understand a lot of the cards in the game and you just want to make a fast, hey, I'm going to win deck, this is pretty much it. I played a lot of people. I think it was yesterday, I played maybe 10 people yesterday in a row that just had zombie decks. That's it. And it gets annoying very, very fast because they're just they're so powerful. They're not unbeatable. Don't get me wrong, they're not unbeatable, but they're definitely hard to beat. And if you have something like this card is just... Well, you have there are these cards that do percentages or chapters or age differences. There's one called, I think, the Dragon Project. In 4 turns, technically, every 35% is a couple steps away from getting a 30-30 flying unstoppable dragon. Unstoppable in the game means it continues to kill all the characters or cards on your side of the field until he hits your life points or until it dies. Invulnerable means it cannot be killed by any card, whether it be Death Ray, Assassinate, any of those cards, even by attacking, until you can send back to the person's hand or remove it from play. Invulnerable are rare cards that I'm well aware of. And they're super powerful. If you had an entire deck that only had two invulnerable cards, then you have a very powerful deck. Doesn't matter if it's in 8-8, a 4-4, a 16-16. It doesn't matter because as long as it says invulnerable, I mean, it can't be killed.